Warriors Unite! Back with another episode of Vigor Wars 2 and the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well, my friends. Hope you guys are on your purposes, conquesting yourselves first, because the battle is from within. And then conquesting things around you as well. And the yelling and screaming that I'm doing is waking people up. I know people always kind of comment, why are you doing this? You're an old guy just yelling. But the idea, my friends, is that this is a battle. And I've seen all parts of this battle. And it doesn't end up well for those who cannot control themselves, who cannot lead the battle and keep the battle going. And unfortunately, in this society, we have to wake people up. Only 1% of people are practicing retention of any kind who even think about it. All right? 99% of people in this world are still clueless, ignorant. They're not focusing on this at all. They think it's a myth. They think it's conspiracy theory, whatever they think about it is. The bottom line is as real as anything you ever see. Controlling your energy is what the life force is you have. We all have it. To throw it away is fools. We have a lot of fools running around out there, and I was a fool for many years myself. So we got to continue to battle on and fight this. And the longer I go, the more I'm going to be screaming, and the more I'm going to continue to wake people up. And for those who know it, you should be waking people up too, because lots of people are just not knowing. They don't know this because they've never been taught this. And I don't blame them totally. I blame our society, all these people who want to make money, destroy people's lives because they're making profit of some sort out of it. It's a bad thing. Pornography is a bad thing. These things are bad things. The gambling, the addictions. They know how people are. You got to have some self-control. Beat these people at their own game. All right, let's do some topics here before we get to our great topic from Red Pill on Steroids. Let's go ahead and talk about this, some things. I know we're a little bit late on our time here. We'll try to get through these as fast as we can. All right. Marcussequra, thank you, $3.95. I appreciate it. Ethisultrasoundmoney, thank you. Grand Wizard 4, thank you. X-Men's, XL-Man's 8855, thank you. Jesus, Jose Cardenas, thank you. I'm getting these wrong today. Mr. Everybody, thank you. AQ Lewis 3, thank you. Mr. Luke, thank you. Mr. Everybody again. HyodoShu, thank you. Lykkos, thank you, my friend. Sunday Muno 8723, thank you. Black Pill Pilidarius 3015, thank you. Jouisic, thank you. Sultjds, thank you. Volk, thank you, my friend. Igor, thank you. JTE Creates, thank you. JK, VG Anxiety, Black Pillows, Adarius 3015, two of them, thank you. Lahmidii 396, thank you. Tekkenlegacy Games /games, thank you. Hone Baddie 4471, God's Gladiators, thank you. Cheng, Alexandersprout, and Official Brother Boldly Music, thank you guys very much. So at the 3:45 mark, let's talk about a topic by Red Pill on Steroids. So Red Pill on Steroids is talking about the fact that this energy is like a red burning fire. Red fire control alarm. That's control the masculine aggression. What do we mean by that? Well, when you have streaks that we're talking about here, you have this built up energy. And at first, it is very hard to control. As time goes by, you're learning to transmute it. You're learning as you get older and as the streaks go longer, you begin to transmute it better. And now you're a little bit calmer. But there's going to be times when you have so much energy and you get so aroused by things that you're going to get really high level of power. You have to learn how to control that power. It is like a fire burning. Every day, it's like a fire burning more and more. And people around you see it. Women are highly attracted again. Several women You can just tell in their reactions, their smiles, their winks, all these things. They tell if you're a man who is shooting for high level. Now, we're not all perfect, gentlemen, but if we focus on bettering ourselves and become masculine males, we realize how few males there are that's becoming like this. All the other ones are the simps out there, and I call simps, I'm talking about feminine women who are desperate, feminine men who are desperate, who are just wanting to please women all the time and not achieve their own goals. They're living for the woman instead of living for themselves first, and the woman is a partner with them. This is something that affects all men from the day we're smaller, thinking we're the prince. We got to take care of the princess. And obviously, one of the roles that high-value males have is to protect and provide. But you're leading your own life. You're the person who is leading your own story. You're telling your own story. You're leading your own battle. You're the one that's in charge. Never, warriors, forget that. And you're going to have high level of energy all the time with this. Because the more you're keeping your nutrients, the more you're keeping your energy. And if you combine that and transmute it, how do you mean by transmutation? I know we have a separate one coming up with that. Frederick Zimakoff asked about this. Let me talk about it for a little bit before we get to that topic another day. But transmutation is taking this energy and instead of releasing it like you would normally do, watching movies, pictures, television with women, instead of releasing it or losing it in a lot of energy, psychological energy, which you could do as well, what you got to do is transmute it into other positive benefits. What do I mean by that? Well, as you focus on this energy, you're now going to use it to build yourself better up. Many ways. First, you obviously can go ahead and build your body up. I take cold showers every morning, right? I'm working out every morning. I'm 63 years old. I feel like I'm 25 years old when I work out. Now, when I don't, I feel at 63 coming in. But when I do the Kendler's Fountain of Youth, which is the book I've recommended since 1998, and you're doing those exercises, you're also stretching, weight lift, treadmill, do a lot of ab work. All those things start to transmute this energy. So instead of being down there, where it can be released right away into nothing, just evaporates and like a gas evaporates into the earth, you now are transmuting it to build your muscles. And even at 63, you can still have more. I have more muscles now. I can see more of my abs now, unbelievably, than I did at 20, 30, 40 years old. Because I'm conserving that energy and transmuting it the correct way, which I never did. It took me 59 years to figure it out. Hopefully, the reason I'm sending these messages is the fact that you see these a lot earlier so that you can make changes and do it. Now, I wasn't ready to accept it, and I'm hoping you're going to accept it a lot sooner than I did. Because this is a real truth. You are made of energy. So therefore, logically, it makes sense to keep your energy and then use it to build your body up. So the same thing applies with eating. Eating the right foods. I eat a lot more protein now than I did before, right? I eat a lot more of less sugars. Calories I'm watching out for, having more calories out than taken in every day. If you're going to continue to drop some weight and build the muscle to get where you're looking for. I'm still looking for my six-pack. I'm getting closer to, I'm honing in on 3. We're getting there. At least I got a couple now, so we're getting closer. But it takes time. Remember, I've had 59 years of poor behavior, right? So I'm not going to get what I'm looking for in a matter of a year, right? I think we're almost at 1,600 days. We're closing in almost 4 years since I started a lot of this. So it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen. Continue to work with this. I don't care how old you are. You can achieve the things you're trying to achieve. I see, people out there in the net, 60-some years old, looking phenomenal, right? It's not impossible. So it's not impossible for you as well to look that way. But you got that energy, that aura you're looking at. So when you're focusing on this fire, you have to use this in a controlled masculine aggression. Use it in a way to transmute it into other things. It's going to be a raging fire because it's going to continue to, especially within the first year, you're going to see this. Now it will spike, and we have another video, I think, later on about how, and I think is on the boosters talking about the longer it goes, the spike, the longer, you losing a spike as the longer it goes. We'll talk about that in another video, but another good point that on the booster makes. But the thing is that we need to realize that, yeah, we're going to have valleys and peaks with our attention. But that's because you're moving it, transmuting it. You're not keeping it down below where it can just easily be, dissipate within your system or outside the system. You want to transmute it. You want to make it into building your muscles stronger, right? Also, working your brain, working your intelligence level, trying to read more, to write more, to do more of those things, to educate yourself, whatever the field might be you're in, right? Working on projects, working on hobbies. Do everything except sitting there in front of that TV set. I'm not saying you can't watch a ball game. I watched a couple games yesterday. I'm not saying you shouldn't play video games. Played it, I've played many over the years. But what I'm saying is your life should be directed by the improvement you're making all the time on the things you're using to transmute your energy. Don't focus on your life being all these other things, including young ladies, including the women. I don't care if it's your wife. I don't care if it's somebody else. Run your own life first. All they fit into it. They have their own life as well. But you got to focus on your life, because if you make someone else the focus of your life, you're not going to be happy, and that person will eventually be upset, maybe feeling like they're trapped, whatever it might be. You're not the best you can be unless you're a striving human being, becoming better every day. And you got two people coming together doing that. It's phenomenal. But it takes a lot of courage, a lot of strong ego, and a lot of confidence to do this. And as you grow more in retention, you become more confident, and now you can use all these type of transmutations to become stronger and stronger. And we can talk about transmutations a little bit more in another video. But the idea here, guys, is you're focusing on trying to become the best masculine male you can become. And that means you're going to keep your testosterone higher, because you're going to focus on your retention, your celibacy, brahmacharya. You're focusing on sophism, whatever your belief system is, with your creator. Your creator is the foundation. If you know where your creator wants you to go, and that takes prayer, that takes meditation, whatever you're doing, to talk with your creator. Once you do that, then you're able to use all these things we're talking about as a foundation. The hardest control you have is of your energy in this day and age. There's so many temptations with all the addictions out there with drugs, alcohol, pornography, all these things, that the best thing you can do is to learn how to control yourself. The enemy is within right now for all of us. The more we handle our enemy, the better we can handle outside stuff. And you become more confident because you can handle the stuff within. So when we talk about the bottom line here, the bottom line is it is going to become a controlled fire. It is raging within your system. Every day, more day you do it, it's getting stronger and stronger. But you got to use it to build your body up, to build your intelligence up, to build your, we talk about spirituality as well. Build your spirit up, focusing on your God, focusing on trying to make yourself more in tune with your God's purpose. The longer you're on a streak, the more in tune you become with your God. And that's because you're forgetting more and more about the temptations, and instead of that, you're focusing more on God. And so as time goes on, you become stronger with your God, because you become less needy of all these physical things around you. And my needs have become almost nil when it comes to it. I like doing certain things, like hobbies, things like that, but I don't need those things. I love being around women, my wife, family, kids, friends, but I don't need that to be myself, be me. And the most important thing is to know who you are with your God, and everything else follows. God's given you all these gifts. Enjoy them, prosper, but realize that God is still the number one. All right, so thank you, Red Pill on Steroids. I appreciate a great question. Controlled masculine aggression is the key. Control it, my friends. Be in control yourself. 2 things I leave you with, my friends, on this Monday evening. 1, every day is a new day to a great warrior. We approached 6,000 warriors already, so we appreciate that. Continued success, getting that word out. Let's get that number more than 1% to get people to realize how important self and semen retention is, and self-control is necessary to be successful in this world that we live in with all the temptations. And secondly, you know this is a battle. We know, we keep talking about it. I know people will joke, laugh, they don't want me to scream, they think it's silly. But the bottom line, my friends, is that we need to continue to battle on. And we need to fight and not give up. Because the whole bottom line, my friends, is that you've got to take it seriously. These people who don't want to get upset and scream and yell, they got no freaking passion. We need a passion. We need a passion to realize that this is a battle. We cannot give up because the whole society and our lives are at stake if we give up to the temptations. And I know, for one, I will never give up. And I know the warriors will never give up in this as well. So continue to battle on, continue to fight, and we got to continue. You know what I'm going to scream. I'm going to be screaming to the head. Time! Battle on! All right, my friends, have a great evening. Bye-bye.